Okay, so thank you for finding the room. That's the first part of the test, okay? So you're halfway becoming an expert in AIware at this stage. Okay, so on behalf of myself, Ahmed, Hassan, and Mali, I would like to welcome you to the AIware Bootcamp 2025 in EU in the Netherlands. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna do a brief kind of introduction. Then after that, we're gonna start the sessions. And please, we'd like to have it more interactive and discussion oriented. So if there's something, please scream and say, okay? Okay? Good?
Yeah.
Okay, so you listen now, I'll present and then you come back.
I introduce myself.
Sorry?
Introduce myself?
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Maliheh Izadi. I'm an assistant professor from TU Delft. Yes, sure. And I work at the intersection of machine learning and software engineering with the goal of making developers' lives a little bit easier by building intelligent systems for them and increasing their productivity. And I'm happy to be here today organizing this event with Ahmed. Yes.
Okay. So as I said, we have three organizers today. So we have Mali, Gopi, and myself. Gopi, unfortunately, was not able to join us today. There's the three of us. In addition to that as well, we have, so all three of us are going to be talks, but as well, we have as well a distinguished panel of other speakers, Dailin, Korpal, Mehdi, and Kahilia. All of them coming from different experience and expertise in this area of AIware, okay? Now, when we decided to do this bootcamp, so this is, we've now been running it like for 2.5, 3 years at this stage, we actually organized like a curriculum where we ask a lot of experts in the field from different universities, from different companies, what do you think are the most important things that people in your company or in your university should learn about this AIware, okay? In the AIware, the idea is where software is no longer just about code, but as actually there's models, whether they're large language models or traditional models that are running the software in the background, okay? So that totally shifts how we build software and as well the definition of even software itself. Okay, so we're very grateful for the the feedback we got and the input on the curriculum for every one of these different offerings of the bootcamp. Okay, we're as well grateful for different sponsors that are sponsoring the event. Okay, so AIware. So what is AIware? So, when large language models came out or foundational models came out, there's a lot of misunderstanding or maybe miscalculation about their powers. You can see like Joshua Bengio kind of saying, he never predicted their power and what they're capable of, and that got him to really rethink the future of computing and his role and his responsibilities in the world. Jan LeCun on the other side says, all these foundational models or generative models are crap. Instead, we need world models, okay? And then Sal Khan from Khan Academy really says, for sure, there's a lot of negative things that can happen out of them, but there's a lot of positive things. And it's important for us to look from a positive lens to actually enable some of that positivity to come in. And that's really where we're coming from, is how is this gonna positively rechange the software development, the definition of software, the people that are working in the software industry, while as well being mindful of the risks involved as well. Okay, Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, on his side, he's recognizing that Azure, the workloads that these foundation models are bringing on Azure are totally different than the workloads they have seen, in the several decades that they've had Azure running, okay? The same thing for AWS and Google as well, okay? Now, the good news, is, people like Bill Gates as well do see, the challenges, but at the same time, even him, he's not sure exactly how to use them well. So I think today we're in a stage where there's a lot of potential, a lot of opportunities, but how these can be done in a right way to improve productivity, to reduce costs, to make, human life better, this is still something that a lot of people are dabbling on and trying to understand it. Okay? So, we have been continuously looking at these foundational models, and every year now, and not even every year, every three months, there's a new foundational model, and the new foundational model is even more powerful and more capable than the one before, right? So I am from the software engineering community, okay? So the way you think about it is the AI people do all the cool stuff, all the crazy stuff, and the software engineering people about safety, trustworthiness, okay? So the problem today is these two new communities need to talk together, okay? Otherwise, we're going to be building cars with no brakes, or we're going to have just cars that don't move but have amazing brakes, okay? So where do we sit in the middle? This is really the discussion. This is what AIware is kind of trying to push is, where is the middle where we can actually move fast at the speed of AI, but in the safety and trustworthiness of software engineering? Okay, now, throughout the day, we a lot of times use the word foundation model instead of large language model. The reasons are very simple. First, size is not the issue. We become different sizes, okay? And it's kind of weird when you say a small LLM, okay? Because that's a small, large LLM, okay? Second, it's no longer even about the language, okay? So we have audio, we have visual models. So foundation models is the one we use. And the good news, it means we don't have to update our slides every 2 weeks, okay? Good? Now, how does software engineering and foundation models actually interact? Okay, so there's different places where these kind of can interact, right? So there's foundation model for software engineering, okay? So that is how we can improve the productivity of the software development cycle, okay? This is something that has become extremely popular since around the beginning of this year, when you start seeing these autonomous coding agents coming out. Every frontier lab, has had their own, autonomous coding agent. Okay? Then the other one is software engineering for foundational model AI-powered software. Okay, so in this case, there's actually no code at all, very low code, and instead it's a foundation model that's answering the questions and answering the requests of the customers. As any AI model, there's a lot of non-determinism in it, okay? So how do you build that software in a trustworthy way? Then after that, there's a big recognition that today, building large language models themselves is some of the most complex software that we have ever built, okay? It's at the complexity of building airplanes, okay? So how do we build that actually in an engineering way, not just an ad hoc way? And then you can even go lower, which is software engineering for actually, the neural operators. Okay? So there's many layers, and the whole AIware community kind of looks at all these layers and try to bring engineering and rigor and productivity at all these different layers of the stack. Okay? So this is kind of like the big way to think about it. So, software 1.0, which is codeware, so that's the thing we all know about, okay? Then after that, so that's pretty much, I would say, the software before AI, and then on the right is the software after AI, okay? So now everything to the right is AIware, and it comes in neuralware. After that is promptware, and then agentware, and then mindware, right? We are kind of we're moving now from promptware to agentware. This is where we are today at the community and the field, okay? We haven't really moved where we have many agents interacting, but today there is a lot of software that has, 1 or 2 agents that are kind of developing in there, okay? So as I said, 2.0 is like deep learning networks, traditional, models. 3.0 is you have a lot of prompts, okay? 4, you have agents that have access to tools, that have access to memory, they have access to reasoning, okay? And 5.0 goes beyond that, which says actually foundation models are not capable enough. We need to have these called world models. So today, throughout the day, we're going to be talking about people are going to be at different places of here, kind of on that stack. We won't talk much on the codeware part, but everything is going to be on the AIware. Okay? So, these foundation models, these large language models, without doubt, are changing everything. We believe, from the community, the AIware community, is we really need to rethink what is software, okay? Because we've always thought software having code behind it. What is software engineering? What is the definition of software engineering innovation? And if what we present here excites you, there is as well an AIware conference. It's an international conference. The first edition was held in Brazil, okay? And the next one is going to be in Seoul in South Korea. Mali is actually on the organizing committee, and myself as well. So if you have any questions, please kind of come and talk to us also. So the idea is, we really do believe this is a kind of very important moment in the life of software engineering and software, because it enables anybody, no matter their background, to actually work in software and develop software. Okay? So with that, I'll have Mali kind of continue the rest.
Thank you, Ahmed. Okay, let's have a look at the agenda today. We have a packed schedule consisting of 2 parts, the morning session and the afternoon session. After this introduction, we will start with Ahmed's talk on agentic software engineering teams, and then we will have Dai talking about building high school. We have the second talk about high quality and trustworthy firmware. There is the break session outside. You can get coffee and drinks, and we will continue on a talk by myself about evaluation of large language models, and finally beyond vibe coding. Between 2 to 4, we will get a group picture, so please stay a while longer. And then for the lunch, I think you can enjoy the cuisine, the local cuisine here, or if you have registered for the AI Dev program itself, they also provide lunch. Yes, and then in the afternoon session, we will have a talk from chaos to compilance. We will continue with another one on vision language models, and after a short break, we will conclude with the last talk of the day on traceability using agents. And the last event of the day is the panel, as Ahmed also mentioned, on agentic SE and open source in the firmware area. Okay, here is the Slack channel for the AIware community. I will give you a minute to scan this code, and we would like to invite you to join this Slack. This is not just about the bootcamp for today, but generally the AIware community as a whole. Okay, so the goal today is to have an interactive session, so please feel free to just raise your hand, ask questions, and let's make it very interactive today. And here is also the Wi-Fi information, if you want to write it down. I think there is also the guest Wi-Fi that you can just easily connect to without any issue. And yeah, the last word here is that we are building a bridge between the software engineering community and the AI community, both between industry and academia, and you are at the center of it. So let's make today a really nice conversation around all of this. With that, I would like to invite Ahmed back to the stage to give his own talk.